been a great training camp so far. I'm in awesome shape physically and mentally, and I'm ready to go, ready to put on a great show.
Dat with the shag is back. I said that with the shag is back. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Mr. Man Down, the big fish, Errol the True Spence. Yeah, he back and he's doing his media. You know what I'm talking about? It's time for him to get out here and talk his ish. Now, Errol Spence, he just did an interview and he talked about Terence Crawford, of course. He talked about Canelo Alverez fight. He talked about moving up to 154. And y'all heard him right there. He's in tip-top condition. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you that with the shag is back, because y'all see him. You know what I'm saying? He back to that Errol Spence that you seen fight Carol Brook. That Errol Spence that you seen stomp down on Lamont Peterson. The EJ that had Leonard Bundu's head dangling through the ropes like he was waiting on the 619 from Rey Mysterio. You see that, boy? Look at him. Y'all look at him, because that's finna be Terence Crawford on July the 29th. And we smoking on that exotic bud pack. Yeah, that Errol Spence is back. And Terence Crawford, you got a problem. Oh, you got a problem. And y'all already know I had to pop my shit for a minute, but let's get back to this news. Errol Spence, he answering questions from the media, and he feeling great, looking great. You know what I'm talking about? He's in tip-top condition. And while y'all thought that he was just sitting around waiting on Terence Crawford, you can see that he been in the gym, getting ready, preparing for Terence Crawford for a long, long time. So if y'all think that layoff is going to do something to Errol Spence, if Terence Crawford thinks that layoff is going to do something to Errol Spence, oh, he got another thing coming. He definitely got another thing coming. But one thing that we've debated about, and we went back and forth with all these delusional Terence Crawford fans for a long, long time, is what was the holdup? Why was the fight taking so long? What was going on? We was hearing rumors about Terence Crawford won this and he won that, and he wanted to speak to Errol Spence's school teacher. He wanted to go back to Errol Spence's kindergarten teacher and talk to her. He wanted to talk to Errol Spence's grandmama. He wanted to go to New York and holler at Errol Spence's family out there in NY. He wanted everything before he stepped in the ring. We was debating about it. We was just speculating. But now, Errol Spence says it himself. He says, you know, it was very difficult to make the fight because of all of the demands that Crawford was making. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm going to play y'all the audio. We going to get in the audio and we going to talk about all that. But he came out and said it. He said, man, with all the demands that he was making, it was very hard making this fight. But we here now. And I feel good and I can't wait to get in the ring. And Errol Spence, man, you could just tell his mind is right. He also talked about the weight. He said, yeah, it's hard making the weight, but I'm not going to cry and complain about it because it's the weight that we signed up at. We signed up to fight at 147, so don't ask me about it. I ain't making no excuses about it. I'm finna make the weight, and I'm going to come in the ring, and I'm finna do damage. That's just what it got to be. But yeah, he also talked about the rematch clause, you know, and he said, this is the thing. He says, I'm ready to go up to 154 as soon as I beat Terence Crawford. So if I beat his ass and he don't want the rematch, I'm going straight to 154. Now, my thing is I've said in the past, what happens if Errol Spence does beat Terence Crawford and he says, okay, I'll give you a rematch, but we got a rematch at 154 pounds. I can't make 147 no more. So yeah, I'm going to oblige the rematch that we signed for in the contract, but does the rematch have to be at 147 when Errol Spence beats Terence Crawford? That's going to be a thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really want to know. Because you already know that Errol Spence has been wanting to move up to 154 pounds for years now. You know what I'm talking about? Way back when I interviewed Errol Spence, and I believe it was maybe, 2018, 2019? He was talking about moving up to 154 way back then. He said he wanted to fight Keith Thurman, Terence Crawford, and move up way back then. And you know, we already in 2023, and he's still at 147. So yeah, it's very difficult for him to make the weight. But the thing is, Errol Spence is very, very disciplined and he's very motivated. A lot of people talk about, oh man, he's a weight bully. It ain't no such thing as a weight bully if you make the weight. You ain't never seen that man get on the scale and not make the weight. And now, like we seen in the Ugas fight, he has a nutritionist, he eats right, and he trained like a dog. Like that man trained like a dog. I just watched the interview with one of his former sparring partners said that he seen Errol Spence spar 18 rounds straight, non-stop, and switched out like 4 or 5 different sparring partners. He started off with Jermell Charlo. Listen to this. The man started off with Jermell Charlo, then went to Rob Brandt, and ended off with the heavyweight Adrian Taylor. 18 rounds. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody doing that. Terence Crawford ain't doing that type of work. He not putting that type of work in. And like I said in my last video, it's not only that Errol Spence is putting that type of work in the gym, it translates in the ring. That's why his work rate is so high. That's why he keep coming and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. That's why all these haters was talking about, look at his nipples. These nipples ain't supposed to be like that. He gotta be on steroids. Y'all thought he was on steroids because he was getting stronger and stronger as the rounds went on. Y'all scared. See, the Terence Crawford fans, y'all nervous. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all real nervous now. Because that nigga with the shag is back. And he at Terence Crawford's doorstep and he waiting for him to open the door so he can punch him in his shit. Yeah. I know y'all mad right now. Do something about it. You're going to be a lot madder come July the 30th. On July the 30th, I'm going to do the wellness check on all y'all. Right? On July the 30th, I'm going to go to all y'all house and do a wellness check. Because y'all going to be in some pain. Hey, but nah, so anyway, you know, in the interview, he goes on to talk about, you know, Canelo Alverez. He said, yeah, he down to fight Canelo. Once he get past Terence Crawford, if they bring him a Canelo fight, he ain't turning nothing down. He said he would love to fight Canelo Alvarez at 160 or 168, because that's the natural weight that he walk around at. I'ma play y'all the audio, let y'all hear some of this interview that he did, and then we gonna get back and we gonna cook on it.
I'm in the process of getting ready right now. It's been a great training camp so far. I'm in awesome shape, physically and mentally, and I'm ready to go, ready to put on a great show.
You guys have been talking about this fight for so long. How good does it feel for it to finally happen?
It feels great, man. It's been a grueling negotiations, and we finally got it done. I had to sit out, you know, a year. People have been wanting this fight to happen for 5-6 years, and you know, it's finally happening. So, you know, it feels great just to get through these tough obstacles of, you know, getting a fight and, you know, all the demands that he wanted. And just finally getting it done and come to agreement that, and hopefully, and now we're going to fight July 29th, and I'm ready to put on a great show and a great performance. And this is my last belt to get at the welterweight division, so I can finally move up.
What's the difference between you and what puts you over the top in this fight?
I feel like I'm the stronger fighter. I feel like I'm more durable, especially if we stand there and we go at each other. I just feel like I just got the better fundamentals. I feel like in boxing wise, I'm Tim Duncan in boxing. If he don't initiate the rematch clause, then I'm moving up to 154 pounds.
Canelo, in the 40-something?
We're not thinking about Canelo right now, but I mean, if the fight come across the table, you know, I definitely take that fight. You know, I feel like, you know, 165, 168, that's more my natural weight, and it's a lot easier for me to make. So I definitely take that fight.
So y'all heard it loud and clear. That's why I kept replaying it for y'all. All the demands that he was making, it made it difficult to make the fight happen. So let's stop arguing about it. We know it was Terence Crawford, right? And he thought he was slick. Trying to hold Errol Spence out the ring for as long as he could and then make the fight happen, thinking that Errol Spence was going to get off of his shit, thinking that Errol Spence was going to get out there, start partying, and have to come in the training camp and do a fat camp. But EJ, he ain't that dude no more. He back to the nigga with the shag, and you can't catch him off guard. You can't catch him off his pivot, because he stay on this pivot. You know what I'm talking about? So it didn't work. Terence Crawford, it didn't work. All you did was make that man more pissed off. But it's going down, you know what I'm talking about? And it ain't nothing but big things popping for Errol Spence after he walked through Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo Alverez, well, I don't think Canelo Alverez gonna get through Benavidez if he ever man up and fight David Benavidez. But you know, hey, it ain't nothing but big shit popping for EJ after this. But let's get past Terence Crawford first, because Terence Crawford, although I talk a lot of shit, he ain't no pushover. And Errol Spence know that, and he focused. Let me know what y'all think. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure that y'all smash my like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
Too cold with it. Check out the interior. It's haters.